Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you find yourself in this world of ours. We return to Dragon Age Rise of the Kunari after our main party has come back from a rather nasty fight up in the snowy mountaintops. We now go over to Kirkwall, where Kirkwall is now being under siege by the first invasion force of the Kunari army. Oren, it is as best I can describe to you, just if you really want a nice description, just imagine the Battle of Helm's Deep in a harbor. There you
Ooh.
go. There are cannons blasting, there are arrows flying, trebuchets getting launched. Just, it is all over the place. And you were stationed on one of the top battlements, if I remember correctly, and now you are being told to kind of duck through, and you're running along some of the battlements. You can see out in the harbor just ships, massive amounts of ships coming in from the outer side, and then of course there's a lot of ships inward, but you guys are clearly outnumbered. As a couple cannons blast some of the walls near you, you're able to look down below on some one of the lower battlements as you climb down a ladder, and you can see a red portal open up, and you see Canary foot soldiers come through.
Dropping grenades.
Hey, throw a grenade.
I gotta remember what I have to roll. 1d20 plus my alchemy.
Oh no,
Oh,
you're
well,
rolling your dex
your bomb.
plus.
It should be labeled on your sheet.
It's been a while since I used these.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a thrown attack, so it's based off of dex.
Okay. Burn splash damage. Crap. I don't know what to do. Okay. Because I've always shot my bomb, so I never actually had to throw one.
Mm-hmm. Should just say on your sheet there.
Alchemist can use the number of bombs each day, blah, blah, blah.
It should be under attacks.
If not, just roll your highest attack modifier.
Would I use my throw?
It would be
Yes.
your throw. Because you're throwing it.
Sorry. Throw anything.
If you're looking at the feats, you're already way down too low. It's up by the numbers, by your crossbow and all that.
Oh.
Your bomb should be up there.
Bomb. Okay. Range plus 12. Okay.
See how easy that was?
Yeah. So I got to roll d20 plus 12.
1d20 plus 12, and you're aiming for the spot? Or you're going to aim for like the center of them? Or
Yeah.
are you aiming for a specific guy? If you're aiming for just the spot, you'll hit the spot, and they'll all take half damage from the splash. But the spot's real easy to hit because all you have to do is beat a 10, which you did.
Yeah.
So you take your bomb and you chuck it. And as they're coming out of the portal, you're able to hit dead center square. And let me go ahead and roll off center for reflex. I'm speeding things up in higher comets just by rolling off table. Fail. Fail. Succeeds. Okay, the rest succeed. So 2 of them will just get hit pretty bad, and then the other ones will not take quite as much damage as you would initially think, a bomb getting thrown at them, but they're able to kind of duck out of the way. And then a couple of them look and see you, and there are already guards going to intercept them, and they clash, and you see arrows flying over your head even more. And there will be a couple attacks against you from some stray arrows. $30, that's a crit. Does 27 hit you?
My fortitude, or is it my
Does a
AC?
27 hit your AC?
My AC is
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, it does. No, your AC
It's
is
17.
way higher than. There you go.
Yeah, so it does hit me.
So you'll take 13 damage from some stray arrows as you're running across the battlements.
Okay.
Go ahead, as you're up on the battlements and as you're shooting down at them, go ahead and give me 3 attack rolls. Standard.
Just for my crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay.
On some new music here. Okay. So at first you're a little bit shaky, but you manage to kind of get some stuff going. You get off some great hits, some crossbow explosive bolts. You manage to blow a few more Kunari off. You see Grunter just go charging in and start Beyblading his way through a bunch of Kunari. And you eventually continue fighting, and you just see armies clashing on each battlements because with Kirkwall, the defenses are in layers. So there's the close harbor, upper, and then upper again. And you're going along the battlements, and let's see what happens. Okay, so one cannonball kind of goes side. One's going to get so close it's actually going to do a little bit of damage to you. Roll me a reflex save, please. 1d20 plus your reflex. Crit, nice. You managed to avoid the cannonball as it's just coming right at you, and you shit, and you dive off one of the battlements, and you avoid the cannonball completely, and you'll take 2 damage of falling damage as you kind of funk onto one of the huts and you kind of roll down.
Okay.
This is probably the most intense battle that you have been in. And you also notice that the ships are getting a lot closer and there's a lot more cannon fire taking place.
This is a losing battle, isn't it?
You can go ahead and roll me a
Perception?
roll me a perception, see what you can think of it.
And I'm going to use my magic perception. Let me see here. Okay. I don't know where my perception skill is.
Under skills.
First sheet, left side or right
I
side.
know.
Okay. The harbor is definitely lost. However, with the way Kirkwall's designed, you guys can kind of just keep falling back. And there are also a pretty decent amount of tunnel systems as well. So even though you guys are getting outgunned, it seems like not all is lost yet. But the harbor is probably going to be taken.
Are there any civilians still in Kirkwall?
Most of them have evacuated back as far as they can go.
Okay.
A lot have gotten out, but there was only so much you can do with the time they had.
Did I
Another
land
cannon-
on any pillows?
You landed on like the straw hut and you kind of fell off. Now
Oh.
you're kind of down under the one wall. You can climb back up if you want.
I'm going to climb back up.
Yep. more cannon blasts rain over your head, and more trebuchets launch out toward the ships. And go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and make a tactical decision about what you want to do, and then I'll have you do a couple rolls here.
A tactical decision.
Well, like, what do you want to do now that you're back up on the battlements?
Are there any? Do we have any friendly cannons or trebuchets
We do.
still operating,
Mhm.
and not within range of the enemy with troops? I'm gonna. Would my heavy crossbow count for using the trebuchet,
No, that would specifically be artillery.
which I don't have?
Most people don't.
Not exactly a weapon you find yourself using that often.
Yep. So I
Fuck
think
it.
it would just be Dex.
1d20 plus dex modifier, yeah.
How about cannon?
1d20 plus dex modifier.
Okay, I'm gonna use the cannon.
Okay. You manage to get one of the cannons loaded, and you get the fuse pulled and lit with some of the new powder that you've been testing. You ignite the fuse. Well, either way, even with the -8, that works. You ignite the fuse and you fire the cannon, and it strikes one of the ships down in the harbor pretty well. Pretty decent hit.
I'm gonna use rapid reload because I'm assuming this can work for Hithis.
Actually, yes, you can actually use rapid reload to reload an artillery weapon faster.
Really?
Yes, so you're reloading as best you can, and you're still not going to be able to fire next turn because unfortunately cannon takes 2 rather than 1 to load.
Those are heavy balls.
Yeah, so you wait that turn, and then next turn you can fire again. Go ahead and roll 1d20 plus 8 this time. Yep, you fire another cannon shot, another decent shot, but now there are cannonballs streaming towards you.
Oof. I'm gonna get away.
Roll me a reflex. Actually, roll me 2 reflex saves this time. That one's good. Okay, so you only take half damage. So you only take 7 damage. As more shrapnel kind of
If you
flies into you
die-
as you duck away.
Or and if you die, I want the smoke bombs recipe.
You kind of scatter about as there's dust and rubble just flying everywhere. And you're eventually able to kind of clear your head as the ringing in your ears subsides. And you see Grunter come by and just start slicing up some other Kunari that have come through a portal. And he comes and he grabs your shoulder and he's like, "We're falling back, move."
Okay. Guess I fall back with Grunter.
Okay, you guys fall back, and you see off to the right as you guys are falling back to the next upper level. You see a pretty small group of ships come in from the other side of the harbor, and they appear to be flanking the Kunari fleet.
Reinforcements. I'm going to make a passive perception check to see how well I think they would fare against the current fleet.
Okay.
Wouldn't fare very well because the dreadnoughts don't sink; they explode.
They go boom.
It looks like you can probably do a fairly decent job if you guys can keep them occupied at the harbor here.
Okay.
Yeah, but if a ship flanks the dreadnought, the ship is gone too.
But also might take out other dreadnoughts as well.
So you continue to fight from
Well,
from the first front, and battle's getting pretty nasty. The ships are starting to get in the harbor, and there's actually starting to get troops undocked, and it is just looking nasty. I'm gonna go ahead and say you're able to go another hour before you're eventually kind of hit by troops, and go ahead and just roll me 3 attack rolls of anything you want, whether it's your crossbow exploding, whether you're throwing something, whether you're doing a melee, whatever. And I'll roll 3 for Grunter, and then I'll roll some for you guys getting attacked by the Kunari.
Okay, explosive missiles. 3 explosive
Okay.
missiles. Okay. Oof.
Okay, you're able to take out a lot of you and Grunter, especially Grunter, is just Beyblading his way through enemies right now. You start shooting and giving him cover fire. You shoot into a couple groups of Kunari and you get some good hits. You kill a lot. Another group comes through. Boom, you manage to get them before they come through the front gate. And then you see a third group coming off from your far left. You fire. Your crossbow misfires. And then they swarm upon you.
Oh god.
If you die, I want the bombs.
Okay. So in total, Orin, you will take 33 damage as the melee combat gets nasty. And
Okay.
eventually you're backed up by some Kirkwall soldiers, so you're able to take a breather. And I'll go ahead and roll one more roll for the damage you sustain the rest of that day fighting, because you've been fighting all day and you're starting to get exhausted. So for that last little scuffle that you do at the end of the day before the Kunari seem to pull back a bit, you take 10 damage.
Okay. I'm really bad. I'm hurt, but not bad.
You have been fighting for 24 hours.
You're
The
exhausted.
Kirkwall's front walls and harbor is burning. The best descriptive picture I can send you is if you've ever seen pictures of the London fire, that's kind of what it looks like right now. The harbor is ablaze, ships are ablaze and sinking, there are bodies everywhere. Kirkwall is normally known for a nice white and yellow stone granite, which has now been painted a very nice shade of dark red. And you and Grunter are, of course, standing there just drenched in blood. But you're alive, and the battle seems to be over. A lot of the ships out in the harbor that you see that were coming closer are now retreating. It seems the day is won. But
Okay.
it's at quite a cost. As one of the walls next to you falls down and you almost get hit with a falling brick.
Oof.
And with that, we'll go to Skyhold.
I'm just gonna assume there's more days of fighting.
There will be a few, probably not as intense as that, but you
Well,
can bet they're not.
You're
they're-
the war.
You can bet they're probably not done, and they'll probably be back. But
And it's a
at
war.
this point, you go and get some clearly needed rest, because your character can't stay awake much longer.
Okay.
Exhaustion is a bitch.
And now we go back to Skyhold, where it is continuing to pour down rain in a terrestrial downpour.
Is it warm
Jacqueline-
again?
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
Okay. I'm probably outside butt naked again.
That's the same day.
Oh, is
Yep.
it the same day?
Yeah, Jared, I'm sending you something, and don't say anything.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, great. I may have a declaration then.
What, because Jacqueline's outside butt naked?
No, because I'm butt naked in Colin's bed, bitch. But I think it would be a good time to discuss this whole rumor thing that I haven't really discussed with Colin. Why didn't you stop these fucking rumors? And what the fuck is wrong with Jacqueline? Deal with it.
All right,
Okay,
so
that's
you
fine.
got the message, Jared. So either way,
Yep.
Serena, you wake up to the sound of rain pattering on the roof, and it's quite warm in here.
I mean, yeah.
It's very humid and somewhat smelly, but you can get by that.
Don't say sticky.
No, smelly.
Smells
It
of
smells
sweat
like-
and sex.
It smells like sweat and sex. There you go. And you wake up looking up at the ceiling, and yeah, you're naked. And yeah, Colin slowly stirs next to you, but seems to still be asleep.
Well, fuck. That means I have to wake him up.
Why? You can't just leave him alone? Make him
Uh,
think it's a dream?
Why would I do that?
Because why not?
Wake him up with a blowjob.
He would enjoy that.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
To be fair, I've yet to meet a dude that didn't like that. Just saying.
We didn't like what?
Being woken up with a
Being
blowjob?
woken up with a blowjob.
Who?
I said I've yet to meet a
No,
dude
she
who
said
didn't.
there's because no one exists.
Yeah,
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, but we're
Exactly.
not doing that in the RP, guys. It's just, it is not happening.
All right, so he eventually starts to stir.
What I
And,
could do is check what's going on with the bandaging on his noggin, because it might have come off during the scuffle.
You
Scuffle
look at
my
his,
ass.
you look at his bandage, and it's fully healed.
Oh, that was fast. Is his hand still glowing and shit?
Very, very faintly, like a candle in a dying flame, or dying light.
Okay, then I'll wait for him to wake up.
He eventually stirs and awakens. Oh. Hey, Well, that was
Hello.
something.
That was something. It's kind of smiling like an idiot, but at the same time, she's like, I gotta bring this up and I have to get the fuck out of here because the rain will stop and then people will see me and whatnot. Stop laughing, Jared.
He pauses for a moment. He just kind of holds you close. Kind of sit up on the bed, and you both just kind of lay there for a bit. And
Hey, cuddles.
you feel a slight warmth come from his hand where the red light is. It's a little tingly.
Oh god damn it, why are you doing this?
I can literally say the least sexual thing in front of Jared, and he'll turn it into sex somehow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's warm and tingly, isn't
For
please,
example,
That is not non-sexual. Okay.
Well-
absolutely sexual.
for example, Jared,
Yes.
rubbage.
What?
Well, I mean,
It
judging
starts
by
with
that
rub.
one time, you are
Well-
rubbish at sex.
Yeah, rubbaging through her. We'll get to that later.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, rummage. I heard
Rummaging through-
rubbage.
Rummaging through her unmentionables.
Gotta
Come on.
dig through there and find the stuff you lost.
I heard rubbish too.
I am a
that
dwarf
she
and I'm
is.
digging a hole.
Oh jeez.
Oh no, Jared, please, not you too.
Nope, not unless that dwarf is Varric.
Oh,
He's mining for lyrium, Lyria.
No. He's mining for
God.
lyrium in Lyria.
Oh my god. Jesus. Anyway,
It won't stop.
back to the campaign. Snap.
yeah.
Okay.
Serena will enjoy the candles for a little bit, because they're nice. But she will ask about the hand. She'll say that it's warm and tingly. Your hand.
It's well, it probably means I'm going to have magic for the rest of my life.
Well, don't assume. Just check it out with Zach when you have the time, though.
Of course. He's a bit busy healing the wounded from earlier.
Well, yeah. Just, I don't know. It will continue to worry me. I was sorry if that's a bit anticlimactic considering the circumstances. I wanted to
He
ask you
he-
something.
he looks at you not at all.
No, I'm
I've
okay, but
I've never done that position before. I've never even heard of that position.
Damn it! I was trying so hard to keep quiet.
damn it, bud. Jesus.
I was trying to be nice this time.
Not to mention, I think we fell off the bed a few times.
Hey, that's a thing that happens, okay?
Oh,
You gotta be
trust me,
careful,
I
man.
know. It's happened to me a few times. He's just
No, yeah.
trying to get me to laugh to make Serena
Yeah.
embarrassed.
Another thing that happens is when you're with a bunch of partners in there, and then someone's getting it on, and then they elbow you in the face. Okay, anyway,
Well, that's because
that
he
is
got
also
behind
a thing
me.
that
Damn.
happens.
He makes you blush a little bit, and
I don't think so.
oh, I think so.
Ooh,
DM
really?
rules over all. DM is God.
So
Come
you
on, it's not
after-
a
The
After-
blood
maker
related,
says
okay?
you do.
the maker.
Fine,
After
fine.
a while, you were saying anticlimactic. You made the comment.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask you about, for a few weeks now, I'm sure you have heard that there have been certain rumors about the two of us. I mean, okay, they might be like accurate at the moment, but they were not always that way.
Fuck, all of my rumors come true. This is bad news.
And
Or
I
good
was
Kinda
news.
thinks
and I was wondering how come you didn't do anything to stop them?
stopping rumors and working with secrets and gossip is not exactly my forte. I did my best, but we're growing as an organization, and it's sometimes difficult to hide certain things, especially now, Serena. It will be somewhat awkward and difficult, but we can remain professional.
Yeah. Are you aware how the rumor started?
I've heard.
Do you know why?
I don't.
Well, we had sort of a fight the other day with Jacqueline about this.
Yeah.
And
She's still holding a grudge.
we'll get to that. The thing is that she's wanting to make you miserable. I don't know how that rumor would work because I don't think you're being miserable, honestly, from what I'm seeing. And she'll wink, saying that.
He says, not at all.
Yeah, I did mention that to her, which then she kinda
Loki threatened me, but that's besides the point.
Okay, she's threatened me too.
Look,
Multiple times with a knife to his throat.
you may not be ready to talk about this, but when you are, talk to me, because I don't know from what she has told me, she blames you for things, and I don't think she's gonna get over it easily. I
I
think you
know.
have to deal with it at some point.
I've tried. All I can do is give her a little bit of time now.
It's been over a decade.
I know. And I just tried not too long ago, actually. She
Well,
responded by almost impaling me with a kitchen knife.
oh. Okay.
There was nothing bigger near her.
Um. Well, did you apologize?
I did.
Fuck.
That was before she threw the knife.
Well, then maybe the apology wasn't what she was looking for.
It's going to take a lot more than words to satisfy her anger. She will probably want to see me suffer first.
Well, yeah, if that entails killing me, I'm not game for that.
She won't kill you.
She can
That much I
try.
that much I know about Jack. She's not going to go that far. And she's not going to go anything that would overmine my authority, and she's not going to do anything against the rules of the Inquisition. And she's not going to do anything that will directly harm an ally. That much she will not do. Yes, I know.
Well, damn, there goes my plans. I'm joking.
I was going to say,
Well,
after watching your allies get brutally murdered and be like, yeah, I'm going to go F my allies. Anyway,
she's embarrassing me in every opportunity she gets, though.
try. You know, I just thought of something, Serena.
Mm-hmm.
Try rolling with it.
Wouldn't that be a bit petty?
Well, sometimes when you're having difficulty with someone, the more and more you show them that you resist them and that you are bothered by them, the more and more they will stay with you forever. But if you show them that you do not care anymore, it becomes a lot harder for them to bug you.
Well, are you. I'm not sure I'm ready for this to be open yet and public. Like, a rumor is a thing, but if things are confirmed, this is not gonna stop there. Are you ready for that kind of backlash?
I've dealt with far worse than that.
I guess.
You haven't seen Liliana pissed off yet. It's worse than anything Jacqueline could ever do.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that. Fine, then I guess we're going petty.
Sometimes we have to sink low to rise high. Old motto of the Templars.
Yeah, you might not want to mention that to her, though. She's not a fan. Anyway, I think I will. Um, what time is it at this
Listen.
point?
It's getting close to. It's like almost dark. Sun has already gone down. And he looks at you and he says, "Jacqueline has had a lot of pain, and she melts that away by taking it out on others. And yes, that's not the proper way to do it, but just remember that she is our ally in this. And if you
Oh, I never
paint that,
forgot.
if you paint that picture, things will slowly start to change. I'm the one who's going to have to work hard to get her to actually, not try to kill me.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Okay. Question to ST. I don't know, what should I do? Should I sneak out now, or should I wait before sun rising?
That's your call. It's dark. It's dark right now, so
And Jacqueline is butt naked in the rain. Yeah, I'm staying.
you don't know that.
Yeah, but it's still raining, so.
Yeah.
Jacqueline gets struck by lightning.
Well,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Congratulations, Jared. You are now thunderstruck.
Well, okay, I guess.
So many
Serena-
different songs I could play
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, you have the power to play any AC/DC song. You want to play.
Okay, so Serena is going to for round 2, I suppose, and you guys can do your
Oh
thing.
wow. Okay.
And I'll sneak out before dawn.
Round 2. Who's going to be the dominant in this one?
Bitch,
Roll a
please.
D100. Call high or low, Serena.
Stop it, guys.
F it. I'm doing it. Higher, above 50 or below 50.
Below.
Dude, you're not deciding
No,
for me.
you don't call her call.
No.
It's her call to make.
Serena, make your call. Below 50 or above
Okay,
50.
above.
Serena is the dominant that time. Okay.
She's gonna get the strap on out.
So, going into the main Inquisition headquarters, where after a nice little relaxing evening with Krem, you are summoned, Lyria, to the Inquisitor's throne room.
Yep, this doesn't surprise me at all. She's in trouble. And she has accepted this entirely. She knows she's about to get chewed out.
I have a feeling by your own brother.
Hmm.
You proceed on to the Inquisitor's throne room.
I mean, his facial expression is very accurate for what's coming, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be his facial expression. You proceed on inward.
Let's just get this over with. I already know what you're going to say.
He just stares at you. He doesn't say a word. He just stares at you with like the gaze of "I'm going to stab you."
Would you please say something?
He starts to do the hand thing where it's like, that thing, the gesture people do when they're like, "Go on, keep going."
Yes, I know what I did was stupid. But I almost talked him out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lecture myself.
Mm-hmm. There's a little quirk that kind of comes up on his right side of the mouth, smiling a little bit.
If you're going to lecture me, please just get it over with.
He walks up to you with a staff. And you can feel a massive radiation of power just clash almost with your aura, so to speak. And he's got this unbelievably penetrating gaze that kind of looks down at you. And he says, "I knew you were stubborn. I know you have your ways. But I never thought you would go that far. You endangered yourself. For all we know, you endangered all of Ferelden. Sometimes the risk does not outweigh the reward. And other times, it does. By a lot.
I had to try.
stands there very quietly.
Also, if you read my report, it's already on your desk, mind you. I'm sure you probably haven't even checked yet. There's a full accounting of what I saw.
Yeah, you look over at his desk and he has looked at it. There's also a lot of paper strewn about his desk, almost like he is a little bit pissed. He lets out a long breath. And then he embraces you.
She's thoroughly shocked by this. She thought she was in for much more of an ass ripping than this.
You are everything to me. I am your brother. I am the Lord Inquisitor. And I have people who rely on me. And you have people who rely on you. Do you
And
want
that's
to
why
know?
I had to try.
Do you want to know the greatest lesson that I learned out of all this? And he holds up his hand, and then he holds up, the stump where his other hand would be. And he says, "What I learned from this, what I learned losing this. You want to know what that lesson was?"
And what was it?
When you have allies that will die for you, that will love you and trust you, no matter what you do, we owe them the same trust and respect. And then he looks over where the stump is and he says, "Because some allies..."
Do you think he would have talked if all of you came charging in? It would have led to a fight. How many would have died?
He's looking at his stump.
Tell me honestly, do you think he would have talked? Or would have led to a bloody battle with who knows what?
Closes his eyes and just stays quiet for a bit as the rain continues on outside. And then he says, "In Dalish, you're worth more than he is. And I know your intentions were good. And I know that partially you are right. It may have been a better idea. But you could have told me, could have given me a signal. Instead, you sealed yourself in there, like a stubborn child, I might add, and could have risked not only yourself but all of Ferelden simply at a simple lack of communication. Remember the very first lesson we were taught when working together. Communication is key." And you failed communication this day.
And I am sorry about that. But I saw an opportunity and I took it. And I very potentially saved lives.
For failing to communicate, he pulls out a little tiny stick and he gives you a whack on the wrist. Really hard.
Ow!
He says, "That's for failing to communicate. For making a decision that probably saved lives today, I commend you. Commend you very much, sister. If anything, if you weren't so stubborn, I'd give you a promotion right now."
How much higher can you promote me?
He gives a
If
little
you want to
smile.
give me your job,
He gives a little smile. Perhaps someday, he shrugs. Very
maybe I don't want
ve-
your job.
Very nonchalantly. He's like, maybe you'll have no choice. And he kind of gives you that taunting look.
Oh, you're such an asshole.
Maybe.
You are. Don't deny it.
He's now smiling very wide.
What are brothers for?
He said, "That's
It's clear that her stomach wasn't healed. It was actually stitched.
He looks down, looks up at you.
What?
Nothing.
Don't start with me.
What?
I don't want to hear it.
Hey, I'll tell you what. As the humans say, high five, and he raises his stomp. We'll shake on it. And he puts out his stump to you.
Uh-huh. You're such an ass.
What? No.
Yes,
No.
you are.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lyria. I didn't mean to be disarming.
I love you, but you're an ass.
Yes, I love you, but you're a stubborn brat.
And that's precisely why you love me.
Yes, although as much of a headache as you are sometimes. Nonetheless, rest up, sis. You did save lives today, and I thank you for it. But next time you're going to do something like that, tell me first.
Of course. I'm going back to where I was, the tavern. Thank you very much.
He says, well, he did a very good job stitching you up.
You don't. Shut up. You don't know who I was with.
He kind of he just looks at you with a very smug, stuck-up face. And he's like, maybe I do.
Spying on me, brother? That's just rude.
Well, to be fair, I was a little concerned when I found trails of blood leading up to one of the rooms of the tower, but then when I came to the door and heard that you were okay and whatnot, well, I just left at that point. But you really should stop tracking blood around, sis. It's hard for the maids to clean up.
There wasn't that much blood.
He kind of gives you the face of, uh-huh. Well,
Okay, fine, maybe there was.
There was enough to make a decent trail, and it looked like someone was hurt. I had to come to the aid, obviously, but then I heard that you were fine. So I know exactly who stitched you up. Good medic. Good
Shut
to have
up.
someone with those skills around. Oh, what? Huh? Sorry, I couldn't hear you, sis.
Shut up. There's nothing
Huh?
going on, if that's what
Huh?
you're implying.
Huh?
By this point, her
Lyria-
face is bright red.
Lyria, my dear sister, you are red enough to be one of the dwarves of Redcliffe.
I'm leaving now. Just so you know.
Lyria,
Yes.
the door to the stairs is over there.
Shut up. At which point she
Yeah,
turns in the other direction and walks off.
You were going for the closet.
You know what? Be quiet.
Just like the
Chuckles.
brat she is.
All right, so next we'll go down to. Hold on a sec. Just a moment. like 30 people just messaged me at once here.
Well, you can ignore them since you're in a game right now.
Yeah, unless it's someone who is in this game asking a question about this game, ignore
It
them.
was. They're not in the party right now, but they were asking about what happened. All right, so we will go to Jacqueline unless Porthos is here.
I'm guessing not.
So Jacqueline, you got the message I sent you earlier.
Yeah.
And yeah, no movement, no detection whatsoever.
All right. Well, I'll quietly enough, carefully go up to the door and just kind of listen in.
Roll me a stealth. And then roll me a perception.
Guessing it's not incredibly hard considering it's just a mudded area.
Voyeurism.
Not really voyeurism if I'm not looking. There's the dice rolls. Who is that?
By the way, as you were walking up there, Jacqueline, Nessa
Jackson, you probably see Steam coming out of
Nessa-
Helen's window.
Nessa passed by and was playing a little tune on her little
Nat 20.
little tiny
For a total of 33.
oh my god.
Hey, a very sexy bard just walked by playing a tune. I feel invigorated.
Alright, so I'm
So
gonna
that's
say
a stealth.
Serena, you can roll a perception, but it's gonna be at -10 because you're preoccupied.
Oh fuck! What did I perceive? Seriously? 21.
Nope. So Jacqueline, you go to the door
What
and
door?
you can
Yeah.
use your no, there's a door. Remember, you had to knock on the door to Colin's office.
Oh, it's coming there?
Yeah. So
It's not that far.
you listen in, Jared, and yeah, you hear what you were thinking you were gonna hear.
All right. At which point I'll quietly slink away and get ready to prepare the more rumors.
Because that worked last time so well.
Yes, but we'll see how the Lord Inquisitor takes that.
It's not like he has any effect on, her
It's none of his business.
status. Like, he can't promote her. He's not in her chain of command.
Yep.
If she were
Cool.
sleeping with the Inquisitor,
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be a big deal.
true, but Jacqueline's not thinking through this very well.
Clearly.
All right, so you go to the.
I go
Lord
back.
Inquisitor's throne room.
Oh, no, I'm not going to the throne room just yet.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say if she is, you can see Lyria going out red faced.
She probably wants to go to the tavern if she wants to start spread rumors again.
That's later.
Yeah, now you're gonna brood a
So
little
where
bit,
is
right?
where is
No.
Jacqueline going?
Back to her lab to get dressed.
Okay.
And then after that, she will go to the tavern, though not to spread rumors, but to see what else has been going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment. You don't find too many people there, but one of the people you find there is Scout. This is Jacqueline. I didn't see you there, ma'am. Sorry.
No problem. Anything to report that you haven't gotten to Liliana yet?
Yeah. Well, everything goes to Liliana first. You understand. But
True, but sometimes you can't get it to her on time, and there's a lot of paperwork she has to go through.
Well, as of recently, not much has happened. However, she looks like something's kind of bugging her.
What is it, sweetie?
Kirkwall is under siege, and the only thing that my home village seems to be doing is throwing a party for the wealthy families. I'm getting rather sick of this courtesan politic ball. She like goes to like say a cuss word, but she can't think of anything. You can see that she's had about 3 or 4 drinks. Heavy.
I'll tell you what, maybe you should get some water in you and go to sleep. I'll be sure to pass this on to Liliana, make sure that everything is in order, and if she wants to do anything about it, she will.
Oh, I've told her, but I asked the Lord Inquisitor to send me to Kirkwall. I want to be a part of this fight.
I understand, but sometimes a scout isn't needed in open warfare. Sometimes a scout is needed to find other things that will give us an edge to our enemies.
Scout approves. She then leaves the tavern. Says, "Thank you, Jacqueline." And okay, so who else do you find here? Ah, yes. Ah, Jacqueline. Welcome. Sit down. Have a drink.
Who is addressing me?
Varric.
Ah,
Nice
Varric.
met Kirkwall.
Probably wants to get away from the warfare.
Wasn't he the Viscount there?
That's a good question for the storyteller.
Well, Jacqueline, you can probably ask him that right now, since you know a lot about him.
Yeah. So, what happened to Kirkwall?
I'll be heading out tomorrow.
I
Seems
figured
that the
you'd be
fighting
on the
there-
forefront.
I wish I had been. I was away on a assignment. I got attacked by one of those gray cloaks. Got me good in the back. Damn cloaks and daggers.
Still bothering you?
No, I'm fine now, but put me up for a day. It was only just recently tomorrow here that I can head out to Kirkwall. I'll be joining some of our other allies along with a few others. Scout insists that she come, but we'll see what the Lord Inquisitor says.
Well, I think I might have convinced her to do something more inclined to her abilities than be on the forefront of war.
Perhaps.
So, anything else happen? Anything new?
He says, well, besides that giant green light that shot up into the air, yeah, nothing much new. You saw that.
I did.
Apparently,
But
from what
that
I hear,
was-
well, apparently from what I hear, that was supposedly some sort of ancient seal.
I'm not too privy on the details, though I did hear Lady Inquisitor was part of that expedition.
Yeah. I could hear the Lord Inquisitor shouting upstairs.
So something didn't go to his plan.
If you'll excuse me, I have to go do something. And he gets up and stands. And
Of
then he
course.
says, "Ah, Hawk, why don't you go ahead and keep Jacqueline company?" As he walks out, Hawk walks in.
Hawk. It's been a while. Haven't seen you around. Been on any expeditions recently?
Yes. I just got back from the north. That was
Oh,
a fight.
and what news of it?
Well, I guess we could consider it a victory, although we don't know what destroying these seals will actually do. But we did stop Solus from doing something, I guess.
Well, I'm guessing these seals have been doing something to do with enemy forces? I'm not too privy on the details.
We're not entirely sure what the connection is between the Kunari and Solus, but we're working on it.
Hmm. So what have these seals been seen doing so far?
Well, besides what you probably witnessed this morning, not much. We don't know much about them, other than basic information we've read in the Great Library, and a few of our fellow Inquisition members have been having dreams about it, but other than that, there's been no sign. A lot of our mages and/or apostates have been seeing the Black City in their dreams. Have you been seeing anything?
Yes, but nothing of the Black City. Well, at least not to my knowledge. Though I did encounter a cow spirit named Moo.
She just kind of looks at you like, "What?"
Believe it or not, yes. A cow spirit named Moo.
That sounds highly.
And,
That sounds highly unoriginal.
well, I can't say what happens in the Fade to be original or not, considering it responds to the minds there.
I suppose so. I'll sit
Though,
down. I could use a drink.
I'm sure you
And
could.
you notice her right arm is kind of bandaged up pretty good.
Do you require some healing?
No, I've had all I can right now. She puts her glaive and spear down. She kind of sits on the table in front of you.
Well, what will you have? Rounds on me.
She looks over at the guy at the bar, who is. Let me get his picture up. You see this fellow at the bar, complete with eye patch and all.
Interesting. Is he behind the bar serving drinks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although he has a pretty decent looking ornate sword on his back.
Must be filling in for the bartender.
He kind of looks up, almost like he heard that very easily, and he says, "Well, we've been spread thin a little bit, so yeah, I've been taking up some of the slack. What do you have?"
I'll have some wine.
Or some
Hawk?
wine. And then he looks over Hawk, and Hawk's like, "Just standard ale, please." Pours them both to you. He serves them to you. Jacqueline, as he gets close, roll me a perception, please.
Hmm.
Danos, by the way.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, I need no introduction to the hero of Kirkwall. Hawk just kind of sits there and is like, "Ugh, enough. You can just call me Hawk."
Considering everybody else does. 17.
He's
He
got
was
magic.
champion and hero.
He's got radiant magic that seems to come off him just a little bit. Although more of it seems to be coming from the sword than him.
That's a interesting sword you have on your back.
I know, he never shuts up.
Oh, a sentient weapon.
Yeah, it's not as cool as it sounds. He points to his eye patch.
Well, I can say that I am curious what spirit resides in your blade.
I don't know. Why don't you ask him? He just pulls his sword and hands it out to you, pommel first.
I touch it and put it down on the table in front of me.
Okay, but like, do you pick it up or grab it?
Not wield it.
Okay, so you put it down on the table in front of you, but do you touch it at all?
Oh, yeah.
So the moment you touch it, you hear, "Don't touch me there!"
Well, I'm just curious to know what your name is.
And I'm curious to know why I'm not being used to kill something right now.
Ah. Well, that at least narrows it down to a few.
Hey! And you can see the sword itself jump up without you touching it, trying to work its way back to Danos. Like, hey, pick me up! Pick me up! Please!
It wants you to pick it up.
And then the sword falls onto the ground. Ow! Danos picks it up. Shut up, you old fool. He sheathes it on his back. He's like, see what I mean? See what I've had to deal with for the past 4 years?
Well, I can say one thing. It could be very dangerous to have that. And I mean, like, we might need to destroy it soon. Or it could be a valuable ally, depending on your state of mind.
My state of mind is clear. Thank you very much, Jacqueline.
I'm
As
not
is
saying it's
mine.
not.
Jacqueline, you look a bit flustered. Is something on your mind?
Some things don't go to plan. Let's just say that.
Hawk raises an eyebrow. I don't like the sound of that.
Nothing that would harm the Inquisition.
It's at this point that Lyria walks through the door.
And she would approach the bar.
Hi, Lyria. What will you have? He says in Dalish.
She'd
Interesting.
smile a little bit at that. Let's go with... Fairy's blood today.
Okay. Good choice. He pours it for you. Sets you out a mug.
Thank you, Dennis.
Of course, Lyria. How did the scolding go?
You know what? I don't want to hear it.
He smiles. He just takes a little swig of like the mug and he just kind of looks at you over the mug and just does the.
She'd stick her tongue out at him.
Oh, did something happen to you, Lady Inquisitor?
Forrest Dalish. They're so stuck up. Then he smiles.
Give me my drink.
He's like, "Oh, you want it? Want it? Oh! Almost got it."
She'd be leaning over the bar. Because keep in mind,
Oh.
she's like 4'11".
Yep. He's also
elves
he's
are
about,
short.
Yeah,
She's
he's 6.
teeny.
Yeah, he's 6 foot. So he'll
Holy shit, he's tall for an elf.
half elf actually.
Give me my drink.
He's like, oh, you almost got it. Almost, just a little bit further.
At this point,
don't
she actually
tease her.
climbs up onto the bar.
He will like hold it out, and then all of a sudden like jerk it forward. He's like,
You?
oops, I spilled.
Yes, as it, coats the satin fabric of her top.
The white satin fabric. So, what's the
Thanos.
angle Jacqueline has on this image?
Well, she's kneeling on the bar right now, so.
yeah, no buts about it.
Well, Jacqueline's
So-
not so subtly biting her lip.
Yeah, you are handed a drink, Lyria. He finally hands it to you after spilling a good portion of it on you, but then he fills it back up to the top.
Thank you.
Of course.
At which point she just kind of slides back off the bar, making me climb on the bar to get my drink.
Hawk's just kind of looking like trying. Hawk is trying very hard not to laugh.
Hello, Hawk.
Hi, Lyria.
And Jacqueline,
Okay.
yes, something did happen. My brother scolded me for things that occurred in the battle.
So what
She wa-
happened at the green light?
She ran off alone and tried to take on Solus by herself.
I didn't try to take him on, I tried to talk him down. And I almost succeeded.
And yet, it was a feat that not even your own brother could accomplish.
But I almost did.
Did he say anything maybe off-putting or leading us to maybe our next line of inquiry?
He said that it was too late for him, but it wasn't too late for me. I don't know what, but
I heard those very lines said to me by a friend on one of my last days in Kirkwall. Hawk looks a bit thoughtful at that.
Well, at least I know that there's going to be another expeditionary force to Kirkwall tomorrow.
Perhaps we should go join the fighting. Sounds like that's where all the action is.
Lyria kind of glances down at the, the massive
Wet spot on her chest?
gash mark from where, she got attacked by the commander of the
Yeah. It's going from like the bottom
Darkspawn.
left all the way around to like your right. Although it's healing
Lyria?
nicely now.
That's where all the fighting is, huh?
Lyria, do you need some healing for that wound?
No, it's healing nicely now.
You notice the stitch work is very nice, Jacqueline. And there are only 2 people in the facility that know how to do that kind of stitch work.
One of them being Zach.
Yes.
Oh, looks
Zach
like
is
Zach did a
and
good job.
it's funny, the moment you say that, you realize over way in the corner, you can see Zach passed out on one of the tables.
And her
Or
cheeks turn
not.
red.
it-
Also,
Ah.
Stitches does Stitches.
You see Danos kind of look over and he's like, Zach, you okay, man? Zach just kind of goes,
He's in one of his drunken stupors again. Leave him be. Probably saw something he didn't want to at one point. Though how he's a medical officer, I'll have no idea.
But yeah,
Oh.
at the mention that, clearly it wasn't Zach, her face gets a little red.
To which it points to another person that Jacqueline knows
Danos
quite well.
Danos just kind of looks at Lyria, then he looks at Jacqueline, then he looks at Hawk, and he just kind of shrugs. And he's like, I've never been one for much gossip, but seeing Lyria squirm, oh, this is way too good to pass up.
Then shall I say the name of the other person who can do that work?
No, stop it.
Indeed, I always look to see those Forest Dalish get what they deserve.
Well, considering those Forest Dalish are the ones that helped me in a time of need, I will keep it under wraps.
Ah. He says, he points to his eye patch and he says, I didn't see that coming.
One of the lowest forms of wit.
That Lyria just rolls her eyes.
I've actually known Lyria quite some time. She helped me out of a little jam, but I constantly have to poke and prod her because, well, as her brother says, she's a stubborn brat.
And you, just like my brother, are an ass.
He says, well, a nickname from the one of the alleyways that I lived on was Ass. To be fair, it was technically called the Jackass Alley, but yeah, that's just where I grew up.
Well, that explains your wit.
He just looks over at
She kinda-
Jacqueline and he's
Looks down and realizes that, oh, not
Big wet spot.
realizing before that she was mostly see-through at this point. Before kind of just crossing her arms a little bit, her face.
Yeah, and if you look
bright
at
red.
Jacqueline's face, you'll see just a knowing lip bite.
It's at this point that two other NPCs come into the bar. Here. Overlays out. One.
Oh god.
And two.
Ooh!
So,
You're welcome
Jacqueline,
for that art, by the way.
Thank you very much. You notice two people come in. One is Krem, and the other is a woman you have not seen yet, Jacqueline. You think she's one of the new group that came in not too long ago. And her features look pretty much like it does in the pic, and she is very... I'll just let the picture speak 1,000 words.
The type of mysterious I like.
Redhead.
She kind of looks around and she's like, Lyria, good to see you again in Dalish. And she comes up and gives you the standard greeting. And then she gives you a hug. It's good to see you again, Lyria. How are you?
Lyria would actually open her arms up at this point, despite, being incredibly no.
She's like,
It's
how
good
are
to
you,
see you
Lyria?
again.
It's good to see you too.
So,
It's-
Lyria, you gonna introduce us to your friend?
Well, maybe I should let her introduce herself. As I am sure she's capable of.
Rude.
She kind of bumps her hip a little bit.
She bows and says, Nasio. I can't read her name backwards.
Anasol?
Anasol. Some call me the
Anyone
Joy,
who
but
anyone who knows Elven knows that Inasal means the joy of triumph over sorrow.
Ah, such a pretty name.
oh, why, thank you, Jack.
And I'm sure you've earned that name more than once over your lifetime since it was given to you.
Quite. Me and Lyria go a little ways back.
It's clear that as much as she wants to pay attention, she kind of keeps glancing over at Krem. She's a little distracted.
Krem
Just a tad bit.
Krem orders a drink and he sits down, with the group.
Show him your boobs. Can't go wrong.
You really can't.
I mean, it's the easiest way to do it. Just uncross your arms.
Yep, nope,
And
her
he,
arms are crossed very firmly over her chest at this point.
Kind of sits down, looks up. Lyria
Krem?
looks around the room, greets everyone. Anasail, Jacqueline.
So have some fun stitching up Lady Inquisitor over there.
As he's drinking, he immediately. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
You heard me.
Well, yeah. I've been training with Zach, and I want to learn more in the medical field, so to speak.
Well, if you ever need help on alchemy, I will be happy to tutor you some.
Shrugs, of course. And Asso kind of goes up to the bar and looks at some of the drinks, and she's very giddy. It's I almost want to describe her like fairy-like, but she's she's very.
She's
she
an
moves-
energetic.
She moves differently than everyone else as well.
Peppy?
Yeah, peppy. And she moves a lot differently.
And I like that in a woman.
She looks at it and she's like, "Yeah, I match. Go ahead and give me your strongest stuff." And he just kind of looks at her like, "Meh." Pours her some.
Jacqueline's going to be chuckling at that. It's nice to see I don't have to come up with a nickname for you.
And Essel takes the jug of ale, chugs it completely without even breaking a sweat, and then wants a refill.
My, lady can hold her liquor.
Oh, don't even get started. Chief tried to get into a pissing contest with her a few days ago.
I don't imagine that
did
turned
that
out
end
well.
badly?
You see that broken table over there? Yeah, that was Bull. That was the chief.
Oh, lovely. Well, I'll have to have both Bull and Inasal try a brew that I made not too long ago.
That's the last thing the chief needs at this point. He's been in 2 drinking contests the last day, and it has been horrible.
Oh, trust me, there will be no contest involved.
Krem kind of looks at you confused, and then he just kind of goes back to his drink.
To be fair, it'll probably take about half of the glass of what Lyria is drinking before she's, tipsy.
Jared, are we going to have a brewing contest?
Well,
that'll
depends. What's your alchemy roll?
Plus 18.
Same here.
We're going to have to figure out who can make the most
Best
strongest
brew.
alcohol.
She says, "Oh, this is the new stuff that Oren made, isn't it?"
No. That's at his bar, which is...
No,
In
it's
a-
sold here.
Oh, it's sold here?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
She kind of looks up, and Jared, it's at this point you can start to see there's just something a bit off about her. You can't figure it out, though.
Does Lyria know?
She would have told Lyria, especially being the close friend that she is.
Okay.
Actually, Lyria is probably the only one she has told, besides Mr. Eyepatch over there.
I will look at her with Detect Magic.
Okay.
Kind of doing unseen spell
there
and
is-
everything to mask it as much as possible.
There is indeed magic coming from her, but she is no apostate and no circle magi.
Interesting. Jacqueline actually says that out loud and doesn't give any indication at what she's saying.
Jacqueline, are you looking at me without my permission? Naughty,
I l-
naughty, naughty, naughty little girl.
Oh, I only look at those that catch my attention, and only the prettiest do.
She's like, well, I am utterly flattered. She gives a little wink, keeps going back to her drink. She's like, Lyria, I am so glad that that you talked me into joining this little group of yours. It's
Hell
full of
yeah.
such lovely characters. And not only that, she looks over at Krem and she's like, and Krem is such a gentleman. I did not know that there were this many, polite people in the group as well.
He really is, isn't he?
Well, considering he has to deal with the bastard of boss in the Bulls Chargers, someone has to be polite.
Krem just kind of drinks and he's like, yeah, you're not kidding. Don't tell the chief I said that.
He would probably laugh knowing him.
He might, but then he'll put me on duty that he knows I don't want to do.
What, cleaning the stables once again?
Oh, not at all. That's usually not a problem. Not anymore.
Well, I'm curious to see what he would put you on.
I'm not curious to see what he would put me on. And he just goes back to drinking. So it's at this point you all sit down and you have a nice drink. And would every single person here who is drinking roll me fortitude? And I'll roll off screen for the NPCs.
Do you need the rolls for my alcohol? How
No,
good,
I've
how
got them.
strong they are? Okay.
I've got them. It's also different people are drinking different stuff, so.
How is it that the one time there's a lot of drinking, I'm missing the fucking tavern?
To be fair, you're welcome to show up at the tavern, but you wanted to go round two. So you got to do that first.
No, I'm
Yeah, to
staying
getting
there
laid.
till before the dawn. Like seriously.
13.
Okay, they are drinking.
let's go.
Well, here's the thing. They'll probably be drinking there a while.
Like a long while. Well, Jacqueline will stay there probably as long as Anasal.
Fucking
So-
horn dog, man.
I'm just gonna say this real quick. The fairy split is pretty strong stuff.
Yeah, I highly doubt a 13 would make the DC.
Yeah, so Jacqueline and Lyria are gonna get drunk.
What?
Oh boy.
I was drinking some of his wine.
Oh no, wait, hold on. Wine was 18. Never mind, you passed. So Lyria will get drunk. Krem will get drunk. And Anaso will get tipsy. So the only person who doesn't get drunk or really tipsy is Jacqueline. And as for Serena, they will be in the bar for quite some time, drinking, having fun, discussing, all the people in there. So at any point when it gets dark, you are welcome to, either go for round 3 or go into the bar.
Well, it's already dark, but honestly, do you seriously? Would she seriously want to go get drunk? Well, the options are, well, no.
She doesn't know that Jacqueline's there, mind
Doesn't
you.
matter. The thing is, like, she has the time to do that. She'll enjoy that. She'll sneak out before dawn, and that's that, and hope that nobody sees her. And
Okay,
if they
so-
do, who cares?
All right, so you go out on the battlements where it's raining, and you can see a lot of commotion and light coming from the tavern.
Quiz?
You do, bitch.
You between rounds.
I'm not gonna leave between rounds. Is it like almost morning or something?
Oh, it's dark. It's
Well,
well
fuck,
into the night.
Colden might need a sandwich. Damn. Get
Seriously,
some
Colin
refractory
might need a
period
fucking
up in there.
sandwich.
Give him some liquid.
Well, they're probably
No, liquid and protein.
Jesus. Okay, like
Decisions.
You kind of brought
I
this
mean,
upon
I
yourself.
know I like a snack in between. Come on.
well, there are probably snacks already there, dude. I'm not gonna go bring snacks. What the fuck?
Maybe you're hungry.
Seriously?
Hey, you know what, Serena? Maybe you just got to use the bathroom. Sometimes you got to use the bathroom after that, especially after 2 rounds.
Yeah, you definitely want to clear
You
that
really
out, or else
should
you'll
to,
get an
prevent
infection.
UTIs.
Jesus.
Nobody wants a UTI.
No, those things are horrible.
Thank you,
Guys,
Jared.
we're living in fucking fantasy land. Like, seriously?
Still,
Shit.
going pee after sex prevents UTIs.
Thank
Tis
you,
fact.
Jared. Thank you, Jared. I forgot I didn't have a wine, so that'll be on the menu next time my character comes back to the Inquisition.
Good to know. I made something the equivalent of a super vodka.
Yeah,
Oh.
it fucks you up real bad.
Yeah.
It took down a Kunari
drunk
and a
Lyria.
samurai.
Yeah, so
is like
And the dwarf.
winning against Krem.
Krem is also piss drunk, so he is like leaning against you. And Lyria and Krem are trying to sing a tavern song and failing miserably.
And Jacqueline's gonna turn to fuck, what was his name behind the bar again? Eye patch dude.
Thanos.
Thanos.
Thanos. So Thanos with a D.
Yes, Thanos.
Yes.
Everyone needs a D.
Jacqueline doesn't need one.
Her loss.
There's more places to enjoy on a woman.
As everyone is getting drunk around you, Jacqueline. Serena, do you proceed to the
I mean, if it's
Tavern?
late enough that I would sneak out and try to play it cool.
It is.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's probably like around 1 or 2.
That's
it
not
is.
that's not late enough.
It's late enough.
It's plenty late enough.
It's late enough.
So
There's barely anybody in the bar.
yeah,
I mean, at this point, it's probably just,
Yeah, it might be
guys
late enough for
in here.
you, but for me, why would I leave at 1 in the morning when I can leave at 4?
well, let's just put it this way: you leave at 3 or 4. Deal with it. So you head to the bar.
Okay, I'll head to
And
the bar.
you head to the tavern, and you can see Krem and Lyria getting really touchy because they're both drunk, it seems. You see Jacqueline, you see Hawk, and you see a man behind the bar that you haven't recognized yet.
What about Enisol?
And she also sees Enisol.
Can I determine that everyone's drunk except Jacqueline?
Everyone seems to be drunk except Jacqueline and Anisol. That is clear.
I will
Jacqueline's
go,
probably conversing with Enisol.
Yep.
I will
chit-chat.
try and ignore them and go to the bar and get some refreshment. Something hydrating, not alcoholic.
Root beer.
That's not hydrating.
Yeah, it's a hydrating, something like a tea or something.
Hey,
Like
that's
a
caffeine.
ketone
It's non-alcoholic.
Caffeine
Yeah.
dehydrates you.
Yep.
He looks at her and he's like, "Well, there's not a whole lot I have here except for water and some flavored. That's about it."
Just give me some tea, thanks.
Yeah, you look a little thirsty. You okay there,
Yeah.
Serena?
Tea in my room.
I'm fine. What's your name? I don't believe I've seen you before.
Oh, Danos.
Oh,
Pleasure
hey,
to
I'm
meet you, Serena.
Serena.
Asshole. That's his name.
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
dear.
Lyria, you look fine this evening. How are you hanging?
And you
I'm
look worn out.
good. She's kind of like got her arms around Krem and like leaning forward. It looks like she's about to fall out of her chair.
Well, Jacqueline, I might be.
You know, it's okay, Serena. I mean, today was really, really tough, wasn't it, Larry? Yeah, it was really tough. Hard. Tough. Real tough.
Well, seeing as I almost lost a friend, yeah, it was a pretty tough day. How are you hanging, Krem? You don't look very. You're a bit
He kinda-
wobbly, man.
He's kind of just leaning back in the chair, and he's like, I feel right.
I'm sure he feels in tip-top shape and no stitches needed.
He's
At,
like,
at
hey,
which point she
hey.
kind of like topples forward over his lap.
Like, oh. I stumble.
Yeah, I think they're cut off for the rest of the night. Hey, Danos?
Yeah, we need to get them to their
Danos starts putting away some of the ale.
respective rooms, I think,
But
and tuck them in.
I'm not drunk.
Krem, you're wobbly.
And I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind
So
waking up
comfy.
together.
They're drunk, Jacqueline.
I didn't say anything would happen.
Yeah, and they're gonna wake up not knowing what the fuck happened. Yeah, that would be a great idea.
The question is, are they blackout drunk?
That would make one heck of a scene, says Danos.
It's not a good idea.
No, but it would be funny.
Oh, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, how about no? Serena will go and try to get Lyria up to get her to her room. Come on,
I'm so
Lyria.
comfy.
You'll be more comfy in a little bit, honey. Come on.
No.
Come now.
No.
I'll call your brother.
He can't make me go anywhere. I'm an
No,
adult.
but he will call you a stubborn brat,
That's right,
like you're acting.
I'm an adult.
Jacqueline, you're not
We're-
helping. Come
we're
on. Yes, you're
adults.
an adult, but right now you're really drunk and you're gonna have a splitting headache tomorrow and you might do something that you might regret. So let's go. Come on.
No.
We'll get you some water. Come on.
No.
Do I have the physical capacity to lift her up?
What's your
She weighs like
strength?
85 pounds.
Well, roll me a CMB versus her CMD, which is at -10 because she's drunk.
Wait, I need to open my shit.
Minus 10. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Well, you're basically dead weight right now.
Okay, what am I rolling?
CMB, or whatever your CMB
CMB.
bonus is.
CMB. CMB.
Combat
Oh.
maneuver bonus bot.
Annie,
Okay. CMB.
10.
Should be right under your AC if you have a hero left.
Holy shit!
Ghost
How do you want to
Warrior
do that, bot?
Thunder.
So, Serena, you go to try and pull this drunk woman up, and you start to fail.
Little weak in the knees there, are ya?
Well, maybe I had a
Oh.
very good time, Jacqueline.
Burn.
Yeah.
You want to see the forming rug burns?
I'd like to see more than
At which point,
Rug burns
Lyria's
on you.
face goes bright red.
She's drunk. She doesn't understand what we're talking about.
Maybe some rope burns
Uh,
around the neck.
It
So it's
depends
gonna-
on how drunk she is, because drunk doesn't mean she's not going to remember, and does not mean that she doesn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
So
but she's a
Serena-
virgin, man.
So, Serena, you and Davos, or sorry, not Davos, Danos are going to both need to work to get Krem and Lyria up to their respective rooms.
I guess I will be dragging her. Kinda.
You've got enough strength to throw over your back.
Fireman
she only
carry her.
weighs like 85 pounds.
Tiny
Yeah,
woman.
but I'm also kind of tired and yeah, weak at the knees, as Jacqueline said. Probably
you-
pretty sore for a while.
She got railed.
As you pass by the rooms, you notice my room's door is open. And you see that I sleep in a giant
You're
alcohol
in
barrel.
Kirkwall, dude.
No, this is in my character's room.
He's just saying if you walk by his room, you see that his bed is literally a keg of ale.
Oh,
I posted a picture in general.
Krem
Okay.
kind of looks out and he says, "Wait, Lyria, no, you're comfy. Come back."
That's an interesting bed.
Exactly. She's kind of got her arms wrapped around Krem, which makes it a little more difficult to pick her up.
come
And
on,
Dan-
guys.
No.
Danos just
Jacqueline,
kind of
maybe you should help me out here.
Danos looks over at Serena and he's like, maybe we should just leave him on the floor.
What kind of people are you?
It's
I
not
was-
our responsibility to put them to bed.
He's like, he looks up at Serena and he's like, have you already forgotten?
Forgotten what?
You still don't recognize me. Well, I had 2 eyes back then.
Yeah,
When those
Bog, you
kid-
gotta give me more than that.
When those kids cornered you in the alleyway,
Like,
throwing
so
stones at you,
how many years ago are we talking about?
calling you a freak. Couldn't have been more than 6.
Okay, out of character. I'm fucking 35. It was
I know,
more
I'm s-
like it's more like 26, not 6.
No, this is early childhood.
He
Oh,
He said you couldn't have been more than 6.
oh, it couldn't have been more than okay. Well, you expect me to remember something that happened almost 3 decades ago?
Probably not. Nonetheless, I just wanted you to know. I
There
just
are
wanted you
many
to
memories I have pushed back from that time.
Yeah, I remember you. I remember when you left our little squalor there. Sad to see you go. You were a bit of a legend out there.
Yeah,
One of the
well,
only people who stood up for what you believed in.
yeah, and what did it get me? The
Position
stakes
at
most of the
a position at Skyhold, a position with the Inquisition. You got to join the Grey Wardens and are now getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah,
smiles.
it didn't go as well as you might think, buddy. But
I say has gone well enough for you. There's
You
an
have-
obvious note of disdain in her voice.
Jacqueline, you know nothing of my past or what I had to live through
Be
to be what
nice.
I
Jacqueline.
am. Come on, Lyria, let's
Yeah,
get you
guys.
to your.
Yeah, guys. Be
I really
nice.
don't
No,
want
no,
to
no.
talk
No.
about this.
It will be physically impossible to separate Lyria and Krem. Unless someone wishes to get violent.
I'm gonna get a jug of water, and I'm gonna douse
Oh,
Lyria.
God.
Okay.
And her top just got dry too.
Well,
Okay,
too
so
bad.
you douse her with a jug of
I'm
water.
momming her right
And
now.
I assume that jug of water you grab is from Orin's room as you walked by it?
No, I did not walk by Orange Room. We're still in the fucking tavern.
No, you guys have walked to the rooms now, but you can't make it there.
Oh.
And
So
my
then
room
grab-
door is
abso-
open.
Absolutely not Orange Room, because that's not gonna be water. It's gonna be dragon piss. I'm gonna go grab a jug of water from
I actually have water in there. I actually use it.
from a respectable place that I trust.
And I actually have all the shit labeled.
Oh, you poor. So you go and grab a jug of water, and this is ice cold. So for anyone that's ever been drunk and has had ice cold water poured on them,
Holy
Lyria, you are
shit,
now
does
feeling
that sober
effect.
you up?
The level of like squeal that escapes her mouth is almost inhuman.
Oh, that's adorable.
What? Sounds like life.
I'm sure Krem heard a lot of that.
Krem is just kind of looking down at Lyria, just attached to him. And he's like, "Oh, what happened?"
You guys got really drunk, sweetie.
At which
Yeah.
point she like scrambles off of him, her face bright red.
Sorry, Lyria, there's no getting out of this one.
Yes, there
not
is.
realizing that, now her entire top and part of her bottoms are, see-through.
Well, good thing it's dark.
I'm gonna be a good
Um,
friend and whisk her out of there. Come on, Lyria, let's get you.
Krem just kind of rubs his head and goes off to.
Let's get you set up here.
And you
Come
can
on.
see that the tattoos extend. They don't show there because I haven't haven't edited them in, but they extend all the way
unless
down
he
her
has-
legs.
Unless he has like nipple bars, we're not shocked. Okay.
Yeah, after this scene happens, and Danos kind of watches Serena and says, "We'll catch up later then." And then he looks over
Will
at.
do.
Will do. Have a good night, Serena. And he looks over at Jacqueline, and then he says, "What the fuck just happened?" And he laughs.
Well, that's gonna be a long story if you're up for another few hours.
Of course. And he says, he kind of holds out he kind of puts his arm around you, not like creepily, just as like
Yeah.
a friend. And he's like, "Then I think you and I should go back to the tavern and have some more drinks, and you can tell me all about you, and I can tell you all about me. We'll share backstories."
I'd really rather not.
Oh, come on. Well, let's put it this way. You can tell me when you're ready. I'll share most of my story with you, and I'll entertain you with my horrible jokes. How about that?
I'd be more interested in learning more about Enisol.
Well, she's probably waiting back there for us, and she is a good friend of mine, so why don't we proceed on? By the way, and he whispers in your ear, and he's like, "I think she likes you."
Well, I didn't try to hide my attraction.
He's like, "No, believe me, both of you are very blunt." You guys walk back into the bar, and you see an asshole just sitting there on the tavern, the bar. And she's like, "You two, welcome back. Ready for round 3?" And she's already got 3 jugs laid out.
You go ahead and drink. I'll sit here and nurse my wine.
Alrighty then. And with that, the bar scene fades to black as you 3 sit down and have a nice, relaxing evening. And we will go back to Serena after you manage to get everyone settled.
Somehow.
Oh yeah, Serena will get Lyria in her room. We'll go get some towels to dry her up. Find her, an outfit, a sleep outfit or something. What she has there.
Isn't drenched.
Well, yeah, but it was for your own good.
Oh, you bitch.
It was for your own good, honey. Okay. You were drunk.
Yes.
Look.
Yes, I was.
She will hand Lyria a towel. Look, I know you like crap.
Shut
Don't
it.
look. Don't deny it. There's no point. Like, okay, it's blatantly obvious to everyone by now. But,
Especially
being,
with Jacqueline.
being like this isn't the answer. Like, if you had woken up next to him, what would you have thought? Well, how do you think it would go down? You probably wouldn't know what happened or hasn't happened. You want to have a clear mind when it comes to these things.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course you don't. Lyria, you're an adult. I don't know.
You just hear a very loud cough come from upstairs from the Inquisitor's chamber.
Oh, kill him.
And from what I understand, you don't have that much experience in that regard, so
How would you know that?
because it's obvious you're getting red like a tomato every time it's mentioned. It doesn't matter. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's how things are. You're young. You'll get to experience things. Just don't do it while you're drunk. That's what I'm saying. Okay?
Like you've never got.
Especially when you're gonna go around lecturing others about maturity and position and authority and things like that. And so wink.
That's because you two were acting like children at the time.
Oh no. No. I was defending my honor. As for Jacqueline, well, this isn't a topic for here and now. The thing is, yeah, getting drunk and attaching yourself to another person isn't very mature either, you know?
Like you've never done it.
Jacqueline's
Ah,
probably going to do that to Anisil tonight.
usually when I get drunk, I just start blubbering things I shouldn't be blubbering. So, no, I don't usually attach myself onto people. But that's neither here nor there. So, just understand why I did what I did.
Her eyes
It's-
narrow a little bit.
When you're gonna do things of whatever nature, it has to be your choice, your informed choice.
If you don't mind, I think I'm going to go to bed now.
Yes, please do so. Drink water when you wake up and now.
I
And
think I got
Serena will
plenty
tap
of
your sword.
water.
Yeah, you have to get it in you.
Inquisitor walks by. Remember to drink plenty of water, sis.
Shut up, brother.
What? I'm sorry. Did you
Lord
lady say something?
Inquisitor, please. Yeah,
It-
there's no reason to make
If
it
he
any more
looks in,
uncomfortable.
her outfit is completely see-through right now.
Well, she has a towel on her, so
Oh, this is good. This is good.
okay, Lyria, drink water, drink more in the morning. I'll see you later. Come on, Lestrin. Let your sister rest, please.
I wonder who he's going to
Well-
ask about what happened.
Well, if I have to.
She'll push him out pretty much and close the door so Lyria can go to sleep.
He's like, stop pushing.
Well, you're intruding on her privacy. You have to respect her a bit more.
He looks at you with a face of respect. What the hell's that?
I deserve my privacy.
Well, look, for you, she might be your little sister, but to the rest of the people here, she's the Inquisitor, the title that you yourself gave her. And
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
respect comes with it. That applies to you as well, okay?
He looks down and he's like, I respect her and love her greatly.
Good, then let's go.
And he's like, speaking of respect,
Mm-hmm.
and he leans down and whispers in your ear, why don't you be a bit more respectful to Colin?
Jacqueline didn't say shit to him, just so you know.
How am I being disrespectful exactly?
Oh, not at all. You're being perfectly fine. I'm just teasing you. He smiles. His eyes kind of glow a very faint white. He's like, here. He's like, here. Put her there. And he holds out his stump.
Lastrin, you son of a bitch. Let's go to the tavern.
You know, I could use a drink. Why not?
Yeah, stiff one. You know what? Don't comment on that. And so we'll run ahead.
Now you're gonna see what they have on hand.
You want me to roll another fortitude for how long I've been drinking with Enisol and
Please do.
Danos? Come on. Phone is so fucking slow.
You want me to roll for you?
Oh no, I got it. 22 once again.
You're such a
Alrighty.
lucky bastard, man.
Jacqueline's got some good fortitude. So, Jacqueline, Danos, and
Welcome to being an alchemist.
are joined by the Lord Inquisitor and Serena.
Wait, what do you have? Wait, what's your fortitude?
A +7. I'm a 5th level alchemist with a 5th level wizard.
Okay. Okay, question. Since I put that extra 1,000 from my bank account into the brewery, does that mean we get 1,600 a week now, including the prep?
Go
DM
ahead and
buffer.
chat. Go ahead and chat amongst yourselves really quick. I have to go talk to someone real quick.
Well, this was a fun session.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Well,
still going.
actually, I'll say, unless there's really any declarations you guys want to make in the tavern, we'll end it pretty quickly here.
Oh, just flirting with Enisol.
Good, it means you're off my back and I can drink my mead in peace.
So you all drink your mead in peace, and the camera fades to black. Out into the pouring night, where a pair of glowing green eyes watch Skyhold from afar, and a giant wolf stalks the forest with 3 glowing red eyes. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Stopping broadcast.